Vic and Melinda Van Allen are married and live in the small village of Little Wesley. To avoid the chaos of divorce, Melinda is allowed to have an unlimited number of partners as long as she does not abandon her family. Vic becomes obsessed with the unsolved murder of Malcolm McRae, one of Melinda's old loves, and accuses him of the crime in order to effectively drive away her current boyfriend. When the true killer is apprehended, the community sees Vic's statements as dark comedy. Vic drowns Charlie on the spur of the moment, flees the pool, and feigns astonishment when his body is discovered. His death is attributed to a cramp, but Melinda is skeptical of her husband right once. Many of Vic's neighbors continue to forget about the incident. However, some, like Don Wilson, a local pop writer, began to accuse him of wrongdoing. Vic is unfazed when Melinda insists that he accept his culpability and accuses him of sociopathy. But he is undeterred, taking pride in his accomplished crime. Harold Carpenter, a newcomer to town, claims to be conducting psychiatric research at a nearby institution. Vic deduces that he was engaged by Don and Melinda as a private investigator. Carpenter flees town, failing to come up with a credible case against Vic. Melinda finally meets a new boyfriend, Tony Cameron, a surveyor from New York. Vic proposes to Melinda a divorce in secret, which she accepts after Tony promises to accompany her to his next job in Mexico. When Vic meets with Tony in town, he offers him a ride to the nearby quarry. Vic assassinates him by tossing him from a cliff, then weighs and conceals his corpse in the sea. Due to Vic's good standing and the police implication that Tony and Melinda were planning to run away together, an investigation into Tony's sudden disappearance is launched. However, many of the neighbors refuse to cooperate due to Vic's good standing and the police implications that Tony and Melinda were planning to run away together. Vic has been exonerated of any suspicions once more. Melinda begins to act more courteously, even lovingly toward him after Tony's death, surprising him, implying that she intends for them to start anew. Vic feels it's a last-ditch scheme created by Melinda and Don to use this new openness to persuade Vic to confess to the deaths of Charlie and Tony. Melinda ultimately pulls off a scheme to bring Vic and Don to the quarry at the same time, where Don discovers blood smears and Vic checks the water for signs of Tony's body resurfacing. As the two of them walk away, Vic realizes that Don is heading straight to the cops. Vic returns home and strangles Melinda to death in a fit of anger. Don appears with a police officer at that point, and Vic is escorted away.